This little demonstration is going to show you how to generate performance objectives when you're using the standards from a standards-based performance assessment. And to get started, what you want to do first of all is have the performance objectives chosen, and we've already got those from previous lessons here. But every performance objective is very similar to a learning objective, and it's going to have a situation, an audience, learned capability, action by learner, and condition. So what does that mean? That means we're going to have certain conditions under which the performance will occur, certain intended observers who are going to be probably grading or viewing or evaluating the product that's going to be produced, a learned capability, a skill that's going to be demonstrated that might be tied to one of the core content areas, or perhaps actually multiple content areas demonstrated. Action by learner, meaning what does learner expected to do? These are the intended actions by learner. These are the performance actions that we've broken down already out of our stripped objectives. And the condition, under what conditions must the action be performed? Are there specific stipulations to the actual performance to get the maximum points for the task? Once you've identified those, you go back and take a look again at the basic standard that you've already stripped down. At the top here you can see the strip standard for all 5 of the ones that will be in my lesson. And I'm just going to be looking at just this one that says scale objects and measurements, because it's a little big to look at the whole performance activity first. Let's just take a look at one of these. We're going to actually take that NF5 and resize something using fraction multiplication, and that's scale objects and measurements. So now it's time to create the task, and you've got to think about what you want to have as a task. You're still going to want to keep those same components in mind no matter what you invent for building into your scenario. You still need to have the situation, the audience, the learned capability, the action by learner, and the condition in order to have a high quality performance assessment that's going to meet the needs of your learners to be standards based. So in this example, I've gone ahead and written that in. It says, given the measurements of a classroom, the student will produce an accurate scale model using styrofoam and sheets of cardboard, which is accurate to within 1/8 of an inch when measured by peers and the instructor for accurate scale. Now, what I have not identified is what scale they're going to scale it down to. They'll have to determine that, which is where the multiplication and division parts will come in. That's part of the task, is actually identifying what has to happen in order to get to the actual piece. So I don't want to exactly tell them what they have to do to get there. So within the objectives, which may be part of the rubric, I don't want to make it clear to them already what they have to do to perform that task. I don't want to give them all the skills. I just want to point out what capability they've got to have. So we can see that if we highlight the pieces and break them out, we've got our situation, given the measurements in the classroom, our audience, the student. The learned capability will calculate. The action by learner, which will be to produce. The condition, accurate within 1/8 of an inch. And we're all done. If you need any help writing performance objectives or need more clarification on this, you can look it up on the web and also check out my blog space. You can also contact me at romwar2@fullsail.edu for any help you might need on writing, drafting, or creating your performance assessments.